podcasts, merch, and blogs. This is the Rebel Yell podcast, supported by MK Window Cleaning and Price Jones Electrical.
Welcome to episode 5 of the Rebel Yell podcast. James here, Spencer here, and Jacco here. Sponsored by Price Jones Electrical and MK Window Clean. How are we doing, chaps?
Good.
All good, chaps.
We're nice and warm tonight. We're not in a cold stand because it really would have been bitter. Well, it's not bitterly cold, but it's starting to get quite cold now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really...
It's Halloween as well, and we thought James would be out trick-or-treating, but apparently this is what he normally looks
What,
like.
just because I've got the badge in? Is that what it is? I'm dressed as a Stone Island man tonight. Is that what it was? You know, walk around whoever and get the badge in.
Yes, scare some
Point at the
people.
badge. Give me a treat or
I
money.
thought it was your makeup. But
I'm gonna so many blimmin' trick-or-treaters, isn't there, out there tonight? It's like going down Pavilion Road. I think last year when we came to record, I picked you up and it was like we couldn't get down, could we?
No.
Because they were in the middle of the road. But happy Halloween for those. Well, you'll be listening after Halloween. A little bit of street waffling to start off with this podcast, chaps. Like we always street waffle.
I love a bit of street waffle.
Street waffling. Thank you for those that came to the AGM of the WFCSA last Sunday. Start with us for another year.
Yeah.
You voted us in, so your fault. But welcome to John and Dave, new officers of the WFCSA. I look forward to having you on the committee. And a couple of decisions have been made, which we're happy to announce later on in the podcast with some of the spending and supporting areas of the club. Guys, do you think it's time for another Rebel Yell podcast live?
Why not?
What do you think? Should we have a Christmas special?
I think we should.
I think we should.
have a Christmas special.
Should we do it on the 2nd of December? Are you free?
Let me check my diary.
I think you've penciled it in already, haven't you?
I have.
Spencer, will you be there?
Oh, I might do.
You're going to grow your beard and you can actually call you Santa? Not Colonel Sanders.
When my fee hits the account, I'll confirm.
20 a beer. I'll buy you a beer. That'd be enough. Camden Ells when it's going off. Hopefully they've refreshed it for that day after the Saturday game. But this time we're going to make it a little bit different. We're going to welcome all Worthing FC supporters. The one in the summer was a sort of get-together for new members and existing members of WFCSA. So bring anyone along. Come along, Phil Woodhouse. That's that player played for us last year. Don't talk about him again. Woodside Bar, 2nd December, starts at 7 o'clock sharp. And if you are a WFCSA member, make yourself known at the door when you come in, because there will be some special prize draws given for the WFCSA members only. But also, you're very welcome to join up on the night. I'm sure we're happy to take your membership for the future season, and we look forward to seeing you at the live podcast. We'll have some special guests which will announce. The ladies are going to love one of our choices, aren't they? And maybe some guys as well. Can't say that this day and age.
No, you've already said I'm on it.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. What? Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Ladies and gents, Spencer Webb, modelling the latest Two-Faced Twins Rebel Yell show. There's not a new one. We've got so many old ones. But talking of that, this Saturday, if you're listening before the Morecambe game, we've got a special deal, haven't we, guys? Jacco, what is it?
We have. All the shirts are £20.
£20. We want to get rid of them. Proper Cockney geezers, London geezers selling it on the stand. £20, a Rebel Yell shirt, £20. See some of the committee members and Supporters Association members that are helping us out. I think Terry and Paul are helping us out, so thank you, Terry and Paul, if you're listening to this. And just support it. It's supporting charity, guys. It's supporting charity. Worthing Food Foundation, especially at Christmas. You know, it's and we've said even that we've reduced the shirt price, the fee that we're giving to the Worthing Food Foundation hasn't lowered, so it's going to be still going to be the same amount. So try and help fill the coffers for the Worthing Food Foundation, because when it gets to winter, as we know, it gets quite tricky for people that can't afford food, and you know we want to try and help as much as we can. So please support us. Support the local girls that obviously design the shirt for us.
Get the Rebel Yell Two-Faced Twins look.
Yeah, I mean Spencer Webb models it amazingly anyway, doesn't he?
Does he?
I think he does. I do all right. There we go. Anyway, thank you. We've stopped selling membership on match days now after the AGM. We stopped, but it's still available online only, or you'll be able to get it maybe at the live podcast on the 2nd of December. But 50-50 spots will go on match days at the entrance to the turnstiles. We are there. The T-shirts. Jen, should we go on to the football?
Yeah, why not?
It is a football podcast, isn't it? So, anyway, we watched the women's game on Sunday because we stayed after the AGM, and That was a stressful match, but worthy winners.
I think
in
for the
end.
wrong reasons it was stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah, good game, good crowd.
Oh, it's a very good crowd. 131, I think it was, or something. Which every time I've come, the crowds are getting bigger and bigger, and I think that's just fantastic. That's just a testament to the JC and the management team and the girls are playing fantastic football, doing really well. It wasn't really last minute. It was kind of last minute. Was it last minute winner? It pretty much was a last minute.
About 10 minutes.
10 minutes
to
before,
go.
yeah.
Georgia Tibble headed it in, and I just think the celebration in front of us in the shed. I think they the relief to get that goal because it was coming for a long time. Some questionable decisions by the referee, but we won't say much more about that. But a very frustrating game to watch, wasn't it, guys?
It was very frustrating. And when we watched the warm-up, and I thought their goalkeeper, she didn't save anything. And then suddenly she really turned it on in the game.
So you jinxed us, basically.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
The team we beat 8-1
a couple of weeks
back
before,
in the cup as well, and then they really put on a performance this week.
But as one Rebels View, Ray said, he said that they sort of scored one goal and they just fell apart. So we thought that might happen, but very frustrating. Penalty should have been given, a goal should have been given. It was over the line. If not, it was a handball. A free kick that should have been ours led to their goal. Frustration decisions by the referee. But we're not talking about the referee here. We're talking about a great women's win and another 3 points on the board.
I think it's great to see of the team. They didn't give up. They kept going. And then, I think certainly day one, I thought we were the better team.
Yeah. We always say, month in, month out, get along and watch. Come along. It was a great game.
Don't believe us. On this occasion, don't believe us.
We're doing really well. We've got a cup run going.
Yeah,
which we'll move on to.
Well, should we hear what Ellen has to say of her monthly update?
This is the Rebel Yell podcast.
Hi Rebels, it's Eleanor from the women's first team, here to give you another update on our games so far. First, we took a long journey away to Bridgewater United. We took another 3 points to put onto the league table. We unfortunately did have a player sent off not too far into the game, so we played over half the game with 10 players, but all the girls worked unbelievably hard despite this. And not to mention the awful weather conditions too, but we secured the well-deserved 3-1 win. Next, we had our first FA Cup game against Abingdon. The first half, it was hard to play our football. They came at us fairly quickly and actually put themselves 1-0 up. However, it was ruled offside. We found our groove and the goals came flooding, ending our first FA Cup game in an 8-1 win. We then faced Bournemouth away in the Plate. Bournemouth are a very direct and physical team. However, I believe the goals could have been prevented and we could have done more to stop them. We probably weren't our best selves on the day. However, the second half we found a bit more of a groove and we managed to get 2 goals back. Unfortunately, we didn't find the net any more than this, so it ended in a 5-2 loss. We then faced Abingdon once again, but at home. It was a tough game that definitely could have been put to bed in the first half, but we went into the break at 1-1. When we came back out for the second half, it was clear both teams were ready for a battle and the game became a lot more physical. However, with a great cross into the box, we finally got our well-deserved goal from G to make it 2-1. It's a shame we didn't get more goals to better reflect the game. However, it was great to get the 3 points as they were fully deserved. Next, we have Comets away in the next round of the FA Cup. I hope to see as many of you there as possible, and if not, I can't wait to update you next time on how excited we are to be through to the next round, and also the league points we've collected along the way. See you next time. Up the Rebels.
This is the Rebel Yell podcast.
Great to hear from Ellen there. I do like these updates. They're good. They really good. Her and Hagee really do a good job. So thank you again. A strong month, guys. It's been a few. Starting at Bridgewater, going away that far.
Yeah, tough game.
Down
Tough
to 10
conditions.
players, and a long way to go. And JC's obviously said to us, struggled to get a team like your whole squad together to travel that far on a Sunday. But he did a good job, and they came away with the reward, didn't they?
They did.
And then obviously the Abingdon thrashing in the Cup, which has got us through to the first round proper. The same team we just beat 2-1 on Sunday, but as Ray said, as we mentioned, obviously disappointing loss to Bournemouth in the Plate, but it's the Plate. I'd rather get the points in the league against Bournemouth. That's what JC's alluded to as well.
Bournemouth are the team in our league as well.
Paying them good money, I think, as well, aren't they?
Tough one.
Yeah. Well, let's hear what JC had to say.
This is the Rebel Yell podcast.
Welcome back to the Rebel Yell podcast. JC, how are we doing, mate?
Hello, guys. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
Yeah, we're good.
Really good, thank you.
Spooky evening, Halloween.
It's spooky. Halloween. What's Halloween in Spanish?
Halloween.
Is it Halloween?
It's not a big thing, to be honest.
Dia del Muerto. So, or is that more Mexico? tomorrow?
We say truco o trato.
Trick or
Oh,
treat?
trick or treat.
Trick or treat is
I don't need Duolingo.
Well, actually,
truco o trato.
we said on Sunday you've got a word you wanted to ask Jacco. Jacco wanted to ask JC what it is in Spanish.
Not on air.
Are you gonna
Yeah, that's not real.
there we go. So yeah, he's trying to mug me off. So he won't say it because if it was a clean word, you would have been doing it, wouldn't you? So hey ho. Anyway, how have you found the month, mate?
Yeah, good, intense. I think obviously we got 4 wins in a row, and then we had Bournemouth in the cup. That was the one that we got a defeat again. We know they are a strong team, and also we were not at our 100% for that game. We had a lot of players down for that game, and it was tough. But we recovered well last week as well in the league, and we're looking positive again.
Well, Eleanor said that she thought they could have done better at Bournemouth, and the result wasn't. They don't think it should have been that 5 goals put past us. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think we concede goals that are very avoidable, to be honest with you. And then, against teams like that, when you make silly mistakes, you get punished. It's like that. When you are not 100% on it, you get punished. Then, at halftime, obviously, we were 4-0 down, and the goal that we said, let's go and win the second half. And we did that, to be honest. But yeah.
That's not how football works, though, is it? Unfortunately.
No,
It'd be nicer if it did.
unfortunately, no.
But isn't that something to take away, though, that you can win the second half? I know you don't win the points for that, but that's something positive to take it away, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. We know we can compete against them. We did it in the league game as well, that we only lost 2-1. And we hit the crossbar. They scored one of their goals by a penalty, so we know we can compete against them. But it's true that it's not like other teams. Maybe that you make a mistake or you are not 100% on it, and you get away with it. No, with them, you got punished, and I think that what happened.
No, it's it's been a good month. Let's go through. So Bridgewater 3-1 away, and I know you were limited in players for that game as well. A long journey, which is not what you want to do.
I'm playing with 10 minutes.
10 players for 45 minutes. That must have been a really positive start to the month, though.
Yeah, no, it was. It was a good thing for that game. Also, it was raining the whole game, quite heavy.
Yeah. Horrible conditions.
Yeah, no, and nothing helped. But we get down to 10 for a mistake, and we were lucky that we were in that moment 3-0 up already, and then we held very well in the second half, to be honest.
But you said it, but that showed the character of the team, and I think if I'll jump ahead a bit on the game on Sunday, it didn't really go your way for a long time for various reasons, but it showed the character of the team that you kept going, and then eventually the winning goal went in.
Yeah, no, I think what we did on Sunday was exactly what I want the team to do, and what we are is. It's some games that we are going to score, and also is that in the last month we scored like more than 20 goals, I believe, in all the games. But it's some days that we are not going to be that because, different reasons. Goalkeeper, we are just not that clinical. And then we keep pushing, and it's what happened today. We kept pushing, and we got the goal at the end.
Because we said before we started recording, the goalkeeper on Sunday, when she was warming up, I thought, I'm not sure about her because she didn't catch any balls. And then suddenly she turned into, an absolute amazing goalkeeper. She made some cracking saves. And actually after the game, we said, well played goalie. And I thought we were taking Mickey
Kept
out
them
of
into
her.
the game.
Yeah. She definitely kept them in the game, but I thought she played well. I thought she was the best player.
No, yeah, 100%, yeah. I think we make her the best player of the game, literally. She made like 4 or 5 very good saves. So, yeah, definitely she keep them in the game.
So, we got the FA Cup versus Comets first round to get to the second round. I think for only the second time in the club history, because speaking to Ray, photographer Ray, he was telling me that we got to the second round before and we were moments away from getting to the third round when MK Dons scored 2 goals in extra time when they had 12 minutes added time, which really devastated the girls. So a massive opportunity in front of you with having been drawn against Comets, would you say? No disrespect to Comets, but just looking at the levels of where we are.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's tough because we don't really know a lot about them. So it's tough. We don't really know what we're gonna find. It's not like other clubs that you're facing normally. I hope it's positive for us, and we're gonna take it like any other game. We're gonna take it seriously, and we are gonna go for it to win the game like we play any other team. So, yeah, I hope it's a good opportunity and I hope we can get through.
Fantastic. Expectations of November. You've got Bristol Rovers and Maidenhead in the league. Only 3 games. Possibly is the second round if we win.
I think so.
One of where there's a gap in the scores. So what are you feeling? What are you feeling for this month?
I think Bristol, it will be tough because they're in a good run and also it's away, so it's a long journey for us. And they are doing well at the moment. So I think that game it will be a good test for us. They are physical. They're strong, they're in a good run, they are confident, so that will be a tough game, but yeah, really looking forward to it. And then Maidenhead as well. We know, at the moment in every league game, it's been difficult, and we have Maidenhead here at home. We hope here at home we can keep winning and make this really our fortress and be really strong.
131, I think, was on Sunday just gone. That's an amazing.
Good crowd.
It's up and up. Every sort of game is getting more and more. So they like what they see, JC.
Yeah, no. Hopefully, we always say that people have to come on and see us because I think it's worth it. So
we've been banging the drum for ages. Calm down. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's good positive football. It's all on the front foot, creating lots and lots of chances. Like you say, on Sunday, 2-1 on another day could have been 7 or 8 easily.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's what we want. We know, one of the values of the club is being brave, right? So I think I said to the guys before every game, we need to be brave. We need to go and play. We need to go and attack. And we need to have fun. And it's the only way that we understand football. So,
yeah, well, we look forward to seeing what happens in November. But JC, a couple of things. We noticed on Sunday when we were watching the game that you ladies and the coaching team do not have a substitution board. What's going on there?
Yeah.
What's going on there? So we've raised money over time to raise money for the women's team through the pathway, and the committee have voted in favour of purchasing a substitution board for you guys. So we hope that's going to be good use to you. It's got our branding all over it.
I saw it, and it's really bright. So no, thank you for that.
You can't miss it.
You can't miss it.
No, you can't. Definitely not.
No, you can't miss it. You can't miss it. And also, we've got a little bit more money running aloof, haven't we, guys?
Have we?
So we thought, again, another thing we noticed this season. I can't get to all the women's games through to work, and I used to like watching the highlights on your instant replay provide. And the committee again have voted to support the women's team by purchasing the highlights for the 9 home games left of the season. So hopefully you and the girls and the manager team and the fans that can't get to all games can see the highlights. But Louis at your instant replay has sort of helped us out, and we're massive supporters of you guys, but we sometimes feel that you don't get the support you deserve. So we're just stepping in to help where we can. So I hope that we on behalf of the Sports Association, Jacco, Spencer and I hope this will be a little early Christmas present. There we go.
Really appreciate it. Thank you. No, we know you're there and you support us. So the girls really appreciate that. I know they will, especially when they say themselves scoring the highlights.
Well, we better see them sharing it all over their Instagram and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be all over there.
No, thank you so much.
But hopefully it'll be a bit of a hand and come down. Well, I'd rather you come down and support the girls anyway. But if you can't, we'll have the highlights up starting from the game against Maidenhead on 17th. So look out for the bright lights of the subs board and the Your Insta replay.
Good. No, thank you so much.
Good luck for November, and we'll speak to you on the live podcast.
Yeah.
You'll be in the hot seat again.
Next month.
Cheers, JC.
Cheers, JC.
This is the Rebel Yell podcast.
Great to hear from JC there. And as we did announce, we have donated from the WFCSA. That was our big announcement, what we spent at the beginning of the podcast. But we did feel it, didn't we? And it's not a criticism against the club, because Barry's come out and said it to us in the podcast. They haven't got the funding to fund the women's team. But sometimes you'd like to see things for highlights for them, because they're a brilliant set of girls. The management team are fantastic, and we were sitting there on Sunday and we thought, why have they not got a subs board, for example? And I'm just glad as a supporters association we could continue help, because it's adding to the fan experience. You can see who's coming on the pitch and not. The highlights. I can't get to every women's game, but now I'm going to be able to watch the highlights at home. And I know you guys are pretty much here every women's game, but for the people that can't, families, parents around the world that can see how their daughter, niece, sister have played, it's great to have it back. And thanks to Louis at Your Instant Replay for doing us a good deal on those highlights, and we look forward to bringing it to you. But thanks to the committee and funds raised through the projects, like t-shirts we've sold, all sorts, your membership fees, 50/50s, we've been able to do that for the podcast.
And I think once the highlights go out, it might draw a few people to actually come to Woodside to watch the women's team.
It's good examples of, as a sports association, what we're here for, and here to support the club and build on the supporter experience.
And, it's just going to help, whether it means JC and the team can sort of use these highlights to sort of see even better than, where they need to improve rather than you relying on a VO or opposition's highlights. It's just a great way. So, we're glad as a supporters association we can help. And, thanks to all the supporters that have joined the association, who purchased 50/50, who's come, in to buy T-shirts, because it's not because of you that we can afford to support areas of the club like this.
Yeah, that's true.
Guys, we're going to welcome Tierney Scott to the Rebel Yell podcast.
This is the Rebel Yell podcast.
Tierney Scott, welcome to the Rebel Yell podcast. How are you doing?
Hi, thank you for having me.
No, thanks for coming on. Well, I don't know if you have much choice. I don't know if JC just told you you're coming on.
That's fine. I'm here.
Well, welcome. Welcome. You joined a long established list of fellow women players that have done a fantastic job in your footsteps. So welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Worthing. You've been here since the beginning of the season. Why did you come back? Because you've been here before.
Yeah. Do you know what? I really enjoyed my time here last season. And I went back to Portsmouth from my loan in the hopes of the bigger opportunity. Obviously, they got promoted and everything. And then coming back, it just felt like the right decision. And for my confidence and things like that, it was, for me, the perfect place to come back to, really. Knew the girls, knew the place, knew the pitch and everything, and just wanted to pick up where I left off.
You missed out great fans there, but we'll skip over that and move on.
And the fans are roaring.
Well, I was going to say, I was doing a bit of research there. I looked on your Instagram, and you look like you had a pretty cool party with the men's team when they won promotion to like a Pompey men's team, and it was in Southsea.
Southsea
Common, yeah. What was that like? That looked like an amazing thing to be part of.
That was probably,
you guys,
do you know what?
Trophy as well.
Probably one of the best moments of my life, to be honest, so far. I don't know. I might never stand in front of that many people again. So took it all in. It was amazing. Got on the stage and just saw how many people were there in blue with all their smoke things. That's it. Their flares and their shirts and everything. And it was just great that the men and the women went up at the same time. It caused such a huge togetherness. I'll never forget. I'll literally never forget that day. That was amazing.
Just something what you said. You said you wanted to come back because you really enjoyed it here. And actually, that is what a lot of players say. They really enjoy it here. What does it make so special to come to Worthing?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't know what it is here. I think just the girls is what makes it, to be honest. The team is what makes it really enjoyable for me. I know a few of the girls from last season and previously played with a few of them, and there's no judgment or anything here. You can be open and honest about how you're feeling with everybody, and even with the coach and staff as well. If you're struggling or anything like that, everyone will take it into consideration and with no judgment, and everyone can just help give you a boost and make you feel a bit better, give you a bit more confidence, and just pick you up in general.
Yeah, but T forgot to say, though, she said about the Pompey men's and women's team going up. It's going well, both teams here. It could be a double promotion party. Maybe we might not have thousands. We could celebrate on Worthing Pier. That's better than Southsea Common, couldn't we? It's broken at the moment, isn't it? It's closed. But no, I mean, it's lovely to hear that you.
I think it's fantastic.
It's great, and we hear that because we got a lot of players from Portsmouth that have been released. Were you quite gutted to leave Portsmouth? Like, honestly, we're all honest in the podcast. Was it quite a shock? Did you have much choice in it? Was it your choice to leave, or were you sort of told?
There was no shock at all. I was there for two seasons, and my first season was absolutely amazing. Honestly, because I was previously at Reading in the academy, and leaving there and joining Portsmouth was like the biggest pickup I needed at the time, and I loved it at Pompey for my first season. And then I went into my second season there buzzing. I was really excited, and you know how football is, they bring who they want to in because they can, and unfortunately I just didn't see the pitch, and that was all. And coming on loan, it was probably it was tough to go on loan. It was really tough to swallow that pill and realise if I'm going to get game time, it's not going to be at Portsmouth. And then leaving here was a bit gutting, but I just had to see the bigger picture, and I had to see what could have been. But going back to Portsmouth after my loan spell here, over time I knew, so then when it came to the meeting, it was of no shock. It was definitely gutting though, because watching girls I played with and trained with then golf into the championship, and I couldn't go with them. That was obviously heartbreak, but it wasn't no shock, and I was prepared for it. And now I'm a lot better now. Anyways, I feel a lot better. My mental health's a lot better and everything. So even though it's horrible to have not gone, it doesn't mean I can't go another time.
Yeah, you've got plenty of time yet, and you're playing week in, week out.
Scoring week in, week out.
Yeah. So, the time's on your side, and you're out there, you're doing your stuff on the pitch.
Yeah.
This is more like a sidestep than really. It's not. It's a sidestep.
Exactly. Yeah. I knew in the off season and the pre-season, when I'm deciding which club I'm going to go to, I realised that the best decision was to go the league below and just come get my confidence, score some goals, and really feel part of the team as well. Because obviously going on loan, I started to feel like I'm losing touch a little bit with the girls at Portsmouth and the team and everything like that, because you're just not there as often as they are. And that was tough. But now I've come here and I'm part of the team. I feel valued here, and my confidence is far better. I feel a lot better in myself, and I'm just enjoying playing. I've put the progression on hold for just a moment. I'm not focused on, I need to be here next season and I need to be there in 5 years and everything like that. I just thought I'm enjoying it for what it is right now, and playing, I've realised, is probably the most important part for me.
Do you know what? We find that a lot with a lot of the men's players as well that have been released from youth academy, especially like Brighton. Like you've got Danny Cashman, you've got all those people like that, and they took a sort of sidestep, joined Worthing. It hasn't worked out for them for one way or another, but they're enjoying their football again. And it sounds like from the way you talk, that's what's happening to you. You seem to have had a boost, and you're enjoying your football. You're an important part of the squad. You're enjoying your match day. Would you say that's true? Definitely true. And I wouldn't have it any other way right now. To be honest, I enjoy it here.
And I think when you enjoy something, what you do, you get the best results.
Yeah.
And then I don't believe in 5-year plans, because whenever I make a plan, it goes wrong. It is what it is, and it happens.
Yeah.
And then,
Don't say that to George. He believed in a 5-year plan, didn't he?
He did, but I meant career-wise.
Yeah, no, mate. Talk about career. Do you do a day job as well as side of football?
Yeah, I'm currently a teaching assistant at junior school.
What's that like?
Right.
We won't get you fired. So you love it, don't you? You absolutely love it, yeah.
I mean, it's a job.
Do they when they find out you're a footballer, do they find it really cool and they ask you about it all and everything? When you found that women's doing so well in the Euros, the World Cup, does that help?
Yeah, I don't really share it, to be honest. No, because the kids don't care. To be honest, they don't. They literally don't care.
Of course, junior school, they're not going.
They don't exactly some of them do, and the ones that do will come and find me. Mm-hmm. But that some of the teachers the other teachers find it quite cool, and they ask me questions and stuff, and they read the match reports and things like that. But
I'm sure they'll change their mind at the end of the season when she walks in with a medal on her around her.
I'm sure your weekends are a lot more interesting than most of the teachers.
Yeah, no, but I just don't really share it because. Yeah, that's it. They just don't really care. So,
So tell us about an interesting fact about yourself. Ooh. And if you've been sort of, if your colleagues had been saying, then they would have possibly dropped you in it by not telling you.
Oh my, you put me on the spot.
Oh, there you go. So no one tells you because they've all been put on the spot themselves.
Something you've done, someone you've met.
Examples are a former player had one of her kidneys removed.
Yeah.
Apparently a member of staff here dated a celebrity.
God, I don't really know.
You are setting quite a high bar with those
that's
two
really
examples.
that's quite high. It's not that interesting.
I'm sure it is. Come on, you've got
all
something, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't know. I was born in Germany and I lived there for like 6 or 7 years.
That's
and then,
interesting.
So if it goes really well, you could play for the German national team or England then, I guess.
I guess so. But then I moved to Oman for
Oman,
3
oh,
years.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
it's more interesting.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then I moved back to Germany for a little while. And then at 13 or so, I think 12 or 13, I moved down south in England.
Fluent
So-
in German then?
What's that, sorry?
Fluent in German?
No.
9.
No.
9.
Das ist gut, ja. Arabic, I guess. Any words?
Not really.
No. But
No.
so that's an interesting.
That's
fact.
very
I think
interesting.
That's an
Yeah,
interesting
that's-
fact.
yeah,
Is that
off
because
the
of
top of my-
parents like work?
Yeah, my
parents
dad
work.
was just in the army.
Oh, okay.
So we moved around
Yeah.
for that, but that was pretty much it.
Fine.
Now I'm here and I don't really want to move about anymore.
No, settling
blame you.
football.
Exactly.
And just to wrap up the interview, goals for the season. What would you say?
Promotion would be great,
Yeah,
but you just got to take each game as it
tough
comes.
league, but we're doing well
Yeah,
so far.
it is tough. It is tough because obviously we were in the other side. I think the East. I think we're in the West now.
Oh, we're in the West now. We were in the East. Yeah,
we were in the East, and with Wimbledon last season going up, it was sort of then, oh, perfect. Like we're next, because we were a good enough team in that league. We finished third, I think, last season. So to that, we could have pushed last season in that league. But now, obviously, we've come into this one and we've got Bournemouth, Moneyfields and Swindon. And then you've only got to slip up, against anyone, really. It can happen against anyone. Because you can beat the big teams, but then you could just have a bad game and lose against anyone in the league.
yeah.
So it is definitely, it's going to be a tough season if that's what we want, but I don't think it's out of reach. My personal goals, I set myself a target of 30 goals for the season.
30?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what are you on so far?
10.
Yeah.
Very achievable.
Yeah.
Is that legal or is that total?
Whatever it shows on FA full time.
There you go.
I think it's both, isn't it?
Well, you got a good chance of putting a few on Saturday and Sunday.
I'll try my best, yeah,
the FA
because-
Cup.
Because when I decided to drop down a league and come to Worthing for the season, I needed to have a big target for myself to sort of, keep myself in the right direction, really.
Keep the motivation. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what I chose because I know I can score goals, but obviously last season I didn't have the chance. I played
of course.
70 minutes and I scored 3 goals, even though that's a really short amount of time and it's 3 goals in 70 minutes. It's quite good, but
I think we had players playing for the club who played 700 minutes and couldn't find a goal once.
yeah, but
Time warp.
But I didn't see the pitch, so I didn't have the opportunity to score many goals. But I knew inside that I could do it, and I've come here, and so far it's going quite well.
Well, now you've told us that, if every game we're out, well, come on, one more. You're closer to 30.
When you hit 30, you've got to get 30 up on the board. On the board.
Oh, on the board, yeah, on the new board, on the new board. Well, sorry, his dad jokes never end.
Yeah, no,
that's not even a dad joke, but it's like just go 30.
That's a goal
30,
celebration.
30. Yeah, put 16 and then 30 or whatever it is. What was your number? 16.
Yeah.
Put 16 and then 30. That would be good. But then she'll think she's coming off, mate. So
Yeah.
he'll be like, who's
Yeah.
number 30?
We'll just have to
We'll get a
block
flare
off.
out for you.
Oh, thanks.
Actually, no, we're not allowed in the ground. We'll get banned, so we'll never see us again. Well, we'll
do it away.
We'll get someone's garden to light a firework for you
Yeah.
or something like that. Just get someone in Woodside Road. Tierney, it's great to speak to you. Thank you for being so open and honest. Good luck for the season. Good luck for the 30 goals. And good luck this weekend in the FA Cup. And let's let a few rounds further than we did last year. That'd be fantastic.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
This is the Rebel Yell Podcast.
Great to hear from Tierney there. I think she wants to join the podcast, guys. JC was shouting for her to join them, and she wanted. I think we might
Pick
have
the
a new
microphone
member
up again.
Well, I don't want to. I want her to hit her goals, but if she wasn't playing for some reason or another, and 1 week she was out, and then she's very welcome to join us on the podcast as a guest presenter. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think she was very open and honest about mental health, and that we talk about it more and more, but what it actually means when somebody gets released from a club, even though she knew she was being released, it's still how she dealt with it, and then, and the reasons why she came to Worthing.
Yeah, real personal insight.
Yeah, very personal.
No, it's really good. So, this month we've got Comets in the FA Cup first round, get to the second round if we win, and, then hopefully go one better than we did last year.
Hopefully home game.
Be amazing to have a home game. Bristol Rovers and Maidenhead, which are tough teams, tough players. It's going to be an interesting watch, I think. And I think, if we can get to round 2 of the FA Cup, it's going to be a massive confidence booster for the girls and everything like that.
I think it's good for the club as well. Put the club even more on the map.
Should we talk about men's football? Is they coming to eat the pizza in the bar? Raided the pizza. Should we hear from Hagee? Let's do that. Hagee.
Hello, Worthing fans. Hagee here for the monthly update from the squad. Yeah, October, I think, has been, all in all, a really good month. Look, we started off the season with... started off the month with a 2-0 loss to Maidstone, where we were really poor. We were all really poor, to be honest. Maidstone were the better team on the day, and we never really looked like doing enough damage. But since then, I'd say we've done really, really well. We played, obviously, Plymouth Parkway, went there and won 4-0 in the FA Cup. Tunbridge, Welling and Slough, which obviously we won all 3 of those games. And I think we played well in all of those. Welling, obviously, we got a clean sheet. We played a good game, played a solid game. Tunbridge and Slough, we both we only won that by a 1-goal margin on both of those games, but those games we dominated, in my opinion, and I think we showed real quality in both of those games. Just lapses of concentration or errors, but what I would say is, in the main, we look really good. So I think we've taken some really good steps going forwards. We look a lot more dangerous than we did in the past, and defensively we look good. Like I said, aside from a couple of moments in those games, we look solid. And I'm not generally too busy, which is great. Then we had the Torquay game where, to be honest, I felt we were outstanding. That was probably the only game, one of the only games this year where we'd say our forward players should have done more in terms of scoring, but we played exceptionally well, and they've scored, a set piece that was poor from us, and one great finish. So that was a game that on another day, we play that another 10 times, we would probably win 8 of them. So in the main, I think it's been a really good month. Obviously, we just come off the back of beating Bath 1-0 on Tuesday, and what a performance. Like, first half we weren't great. We had to grind out the performance and stuck in the game, and subs come on and won us the game in the end. Overall, I think it's been a really good month, and I think from the fans' point of view, looking at it, you can see that we've made a lot of progress, and we should keep improving. We should keep getting better, which hopefully will only mean positive things moving forwards. But yeah, I think October's been a really positive month for us. Looking forward to the Morecambe game on Saturday, where I feel like we've got a great chance. If we turn up and do what we can do against Morecambe on our patch in front of a big crowd, I think we've got a great chance to go and get through to the next round. So, as always, I know all the lads are extremely grateful for all the support that we've been getting from the fans. So we've just got to keep that momentum going and keep cheering us through, and let's see where that takes us.
This is the Rebel Yell podcast.
Hagen needs to realise it was 2-0 against Bath, not 1-0.
It was 2-0, yeah.
Because they made it a very enjoyable journey home then. And I think I couldn't watch the Torquay game, but I know you came and watched it in the bar. Yeah, I think you watched it at home, didn't you? And to be honest, from what I understand is that, he's right there. I think that was an undeserved loss, and I think we have a very good game of football, and maybe a draw would have been fair.
Yeah, it's a really tight game, really unlucky, and Torquay's chances went in, ours didn't. There was the questionable offside
which was
Mo.
never offside for Mo. He was onside.
I've seen it on the replays. It's well onside. Don't know why they've had that.
But no, unlucky, good effort, and I think he was absolutely spot on with everything he said, to be fair.
I watched the Torquay game at home, and I thought, we were unlucky. We played some really good football. I think one of the best games I've watched.
And we've had 12 out of 18 points available. It's not a bad month when we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fixtures. So 6 league, 2 cups. Not bad, is it? Yeah,
no, it's been some really good performances. There's been some really tight games that maybe shouldn't have been as tight as they actually were scoreline wise. But we've dominated teams and made it slightly harder ourselves. Like Slough, Tunbridge. But,
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, I feel that Slough was, although he won, very nervous towards the end. But I was a little. I have to say, I was a little bit disappointed because I felt that was a perfect opportunity to sort of increase our goal deficit. Because we were, I mean, we're on 0 now, but
don't forget those the games against Slough. We never really beat them, but we don't beat them 5-6-0, and
they're
they're
always good games.
Always good games against Slough. And I think we have to give Slough credit because they came to Woodside Road to play football, not sit with 10 men behind the ball. And everybody said it was a great game. For a great game of football, you need 2 teams.
Yeah.
And, and the same with Tonbridge. They came to play football, and that suits us as a club.
And they're two clubs that are doing well this season as well.
Asking me goes past, what was it? How did he score the goal?
Who? Cook? No, I can't.
Cookie. How did you score the goal?
On Tuesday against Bath. How did you score it?
Come off my lower belly.
That's what he said.
Your lower belly.
Yeah,
okay,
belly.
we stick to that one.
Yeah. So if there's any, what's a dubious goals panel? That's what it came off. His lower belly. There you go.
But I like Slough. Give them credit when it was due. I thought they played some really good football.
Cracking goals.
That third goal of Slough.
Two of the goals of the season. Well, if you take Spongs against Torquay out of the picture, but
Yeah,
fantastic goals.
I mean, they're in the Spong book of goals, aren't they? Those goals, I swear.
They're in the Spong book of goals.
I think the only disappointing thing
Been
is
new
for
book
me,
for you, couldn't it? Carpets, services, Spong goals.
the only thing we're disappointed is as soon as we score, if we score, we tend to concede within a couple of minutes. And I think that was the only negative for me against the Slough game. But, very good game.
And I think I was impressed that players sort of, 4-0 against Plymouth Parkway. We went there last season against Truro when they were ground sharing. I think it was a pretty good victory because, that's for Plymouth, that would be a team, that's a team they want to beat. They would have been so fired up for that. But to come away, and the games like that can be really tricky. And we've seen Worthing falter in those games in the previous seasons.
Their cup final as such, it's the biggest crowd in their history, wasn't it, I think, So, and, for us, it's a long old journey, long old trip.
Yeah.
To put a performance in like that.
100%. I mean, it's not like any football, but all you care is about getting the 3 points here. It might not be pretty, it might not be beautiful, but we ground them out. Like Bath was a sort of, I think, key example of that.
Frustrating.
It was a very frustrating game.
If that chance from Mo
hit the post,
went in, and just a bit more to the right, and it might have bounced into the goal, would have a different game. But Bath created chances, and I think if they can keep playing like that, they go down because they can't score. And
I think they only need to finish a Bath.
They need
someone to finish it because they played very well, I thought. But Bath did. If it hadn't been for the finishing, I would say they shouldn't be down where they are.
But also, Hagee made some really good saves in that game.
Hagee was player of the match that game. Really was. He was fantastic.
I thought the first half he was a player of the match for me.
Yeah, it was. It was fantastic. But it's been a long month. There's another long month coming up. We've got another load of games coming up. We've got
games this month, have we?
Another 6 games, I think it is. I think it's 6 games.
How unusual.
Shut up, you. I wrote them down. I haven't written them down. But we got Averley, Chesham, Chelmsford, Farnborough, Weston and Chai City. And possibly another round of the FA Cup if we get through. No, that's the 30th of November, actually.
Yeah.
If we get it, it's the 30th of November that day, unless it's on TV or like that. Hopefully it doesn't put ruin to our plans of the live podcast. That's Sod's Law would say, Monday the 2nd, Worthing on TV. They'll be postponed.
If we had to cancel the podcast because of an FA Cup game, I'll take that.
We'll take that. Right. We are going to interview a player that has been a nemesis for Worthing for a very long time because he's been on teams that have always been in and around us in the last few seasons, has he? Any guesses who that player might be?
No, I wouldn't know who it was.
It rhymes with no.
Sorry?
It rhymes with no.
That's it.
Welcome to the Rebel Yell podcast, Mo Faal.
This is the Rebel Yell podcast.
We were just saying in your intro, we've seen you a lot at this club, but for the wrong reasons. For other teams, I think the one that I remember the most is the season we won promotion. You were hot on Ollie Pearce's tail for the golden boot, and we're like, can he just stop scoring? Because you were so close with Enfield that year. But welcome anyway. We'll talk about that later. How are you doing? Welcome.
All good, thank you. Obviously, just coming from a good training session, preparing for the FA Cup, which I'm going to miss, sadly.
But,
unfortunately.
It's good to be here.
How have you been settling in? Because it's a long journey. We talk off, mate. You live quite far away.
Yeah, the travelling's been... I'm used to it now. I've been doing it for a year and a half now, the travelling. 2 hours there, 2 hours back. Yeah. Sometimes 3. I'm used to it now. Takes a toll on your body, but in general... I'd say, with the club. I'm settling in well. I'm starting to find my feet now. I think the first couple of games, don't know, I was just working it out, working out where I fit in and stuff like that. Excuse my voice, by the way. I've been sick all week.
Oh, bless
you. I know. My luck. But yeah, I've just, the first couple games, I'd probably say first 4 or 5 games, just trying to find my feet, trying to settle in, see how people play, relationships.
I think it's interesting you say that, because I think to fans expect you to just come in all guns blazing. He's going to score a hat-trick every game, and I guess it's fair to say, because did you have much of a pre-season with Crawley and stuff like that?
Not really. Obviously, I missed 3 weeks of pre-season with Crawley. Just 3 weeks in general, or a month, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
Some clubs started a bit earlier, but I missed a good chunk of pre-season, and then obviously signed with Crawley. But when I was at Crawley, I probably I was there for a month, trained probably 2 weeks and a half. There was a lot of off the field issues. Whilst I was there, probably in time, like will show that. I didn't really have much of a pre-season, so to say. Even when I came in here and I signed, I already had a knock that I was carrying. So since I've played, I haven't been 100% once.
I think we can all agree that you've definitely seen you sort of every game you've been playing, you're getting better and better, fitting into the squad, getting into those spaces that you need to find to get those goals.
If this is the Mo Faal that we've seen so far, that's not 100%. We can't wait for the 100% version.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm definitely working towards that 100%. Fitness wise, and just getting rid of all these aches and knocks. These are the things that in pre-season that you have. So like this 10 game, I've played 10 games, so this 10 game, I'd say it's been my pre-season.
There's been a lot of Saturday, Tuesday recent weeks as well.
To be fair, I'd probably say the Saturday, Tuesdays have helped me.
I'd
probably say they've helped me get in more of a rhythm. It's when you have 1 week and then another week and another week. It's a bit, it's hard to get momentum. But I'd probably say the Saturday, Tuesdays have helped me.
So you alluded to it, Crawley, whatever reason, didn't work out for you, and you came to Worthing. In the past, were you ever tempted to come to Worthing, and why Worthing?
In the past it could have happened about 2-3 times, honestly, with Hinch. In 2022 I was very close.
He was a great admirer of you.
I love him, innit? You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure.
Don't go. Can you not say that? You don't want to sign for York. You know what it's like with Worthing players in York, so can you stop?
That will be a travel.
Really? Really?
York,
that's a long commute from Swindon.
For one reason or another, that didn't happen.
Okay.
York,
God, you and Ollie Pearce up front, bloody hell.
My summer was crazy.
Yeah, really, yeah. Well, we're glad to have you here. I mean, we mentioned to it earlier as well, like Enfield, you were hot on the tails. You missed out on promotion that year with Enfield, and that was when you went to Bolton as well, and you returned. We've played against Havant and Maidstone, and I remember like you turned it on really well in that semi-final, but it just wasn't quite good for our good reason, which obviously didn't work out. But I know a few of the fans said at the end to you, like in the bar, like, come to Worthing. So is that when the seeds start getting sown? You think it's the opportunities there? Maybe I will next year, or were you all planning to go back to Maidstone, or what? How did it all come about?
After the season ended, like everything was just up in the air. Do you know what I mean? It's up in the air. But when Aggie got the job, he was straight on my heels talking about, I need you here. From there on, that's where it kind of started. Like, okay, maybe it could be a possibility. Maybe now is finally the time, because the gaffers also wanted to work with me in the past as well.
Aggie's mentioned to us before, he's always wanted to work with you, and it's never quite worked out.
100%. Like even last season, he tried to sign me when he was at Hastings, and I was like, not quite sure about that. No. But he's a good gaffer. He's got a good reputation, and I think I played against him in 2018, so that was a while back. So in terms of coming here, it was always in the pipeline, but. It's just never got over the hump. One reason or another. As you were saying, in 2022 with Hinch, I was literally like we had almost agreed fee numbers and everything and stuff like that. But he just never got back. He never got back to me at the last moment.
Oh no!
Yeah, he just never got back. And then
was that our first
a couple of days later, I
signed
for Havant.
Was that our first season in the National?
Yeah, first season in the National League. But even in that summer, he was talking to me the whole summer.
God, as I just said, I'd love to see you and Ollie Pearce. Like, can you imagine how
to be fair,
they'd have ripped the league up?
Whenever I speak with him, that's all he says. You and Ollie Pearce would have been great. I've got plans.
Right, hinge back off. We've got him here now. Leave us alone. You've left us enough.
York's too far. It's cold up there, and you don't want to go.
North Worthing FC. Mo, so you're settling in well. It's good to hear. What are your ambitions for the season?
I think what everyone wants, promotion. Whether that's winning the league or going up via playoffs. Obviously, I watched the heartbreak.
I can't take that again. Can't take it again, mate.
I watched the heartbreak last year. It was quite sad, I'll be honest. But just to help the club progress, really. You know what I mean? When I signed here, I kind of made the decision thinking if I'm going to sign somewhere, if it's going to be 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, I want to be at a progressive club that's still pushing on, and I thought this place was perfect. I just thought, Mo Faal, Worthing, why not? Do you know what I mean? Why not?
Sounds good.
Is it a bit like a project for you, this?
Yeah, I'd say so. You know what I mean?
Have you got a long-term contract?
It's really a good club.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's attractive.
Yeah.
Play good football. The principles, the people around the place as well. So, there's not a lot wrong with the place.
That's good. It's nice to hear that.
And you say somewhere with progression, on the pitch and off the pitch.
Exactly.
Season
from the outside as well,
progression.
it looks that way. When you come inside as well, it looks the same. So, I couldn't speak highly enough, to be honest.
And I'm not sure if you can say, but is it a long-term contract you've got, or is it just till the end of the season?
It's just till the end of the season. Yeah. But like I said, when I made the decision, it wasn't just thinking, just for this season.
Yeah.
It's also I want to be here, progress. Yeah. If obviously the club want me next year, then great. If they don't,
that'd be cool. I
understand.
Well, you got 5 goals so far.
6.
6? Is it 6? Oh, I can't even count, can I? There you go. I've been corrected. There you go. 6
and 2 assists. I'll put
there you go, mate. So,
yeah.
as Spencer alluded to, it's like if this isn't Mo, it's 100%. I cannot wait to see how you grow into the club.
Definitely.
It's great to have you on board. Thank you for coming on the podcast. But before you let you go, we always ask the players an interesting fact, and we put you right on the spot right now. So, an interesting fact about yourself. Tell us.
Interesting fact about myself.
Anything.
You know what? I think I'm not that interesting.
No, there will be.
Sure.
Something
I'll
random.
Be so honest with you. I think I'm quite boring.
Been somewhere, met someone.
One of the women players lost a kidney.
Yeah.
That's playing football.
I don't know. I can bend both my ears. I don't know.
That's interesting.
That's interesting.
Party trick.
Yeah, I like that.
Right, well, if we have an end of season party, then you're gonna have some random come up to you and you bend your ears.
You see, with the live pod, I wouldn't mind doing it. I wouldn't mind. It's just, I don't know. I probably need to wrap my head around the journey of it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind coming on,
the invitation,
talking all things.
The invitation is
the
open.
invitation is there. It's a Christmas party. If you can't make this one, there will be another one early next year, maybe like springtime.
Definitely.
So if you can't do the one at Christmas, the invitation's
I want to ask you guys'
open.
opinion. What do you think my start's been like? Let's talk for a
Well,
little bit
I'm
more.
not going to lie. I think it's been.
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Okay.
We'll be honest.
If you want to be honest, I wasn't 100% sure if you were the right player for us at the beginning, because I always thought your best season was at Anfield, and you always played on the wing,
right?
And we have very good wingers,
right?
However, you convinced me by your playing and you scoring the goals that you are the right player for us. And like you said yourself, you had a knock. You're still not 100% fit.
Yeah.
You know, my son says we're starting the Mo Faal Appreciation Society. But, you know, I hold my hands up. I was wrong. And you proved me completely wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to say that. But I think, you know, if you get even fitter, you know, lovely.
Excited
that's
see.
what I'd say. So initially, you could see the fitness wasn't there, but you could see game on game,
definitely
progression, just the fitness, but just generally. So I personally think your positioning is fantastic.
Yeah.
And again, it's you know, you're always in the right place. You've got the chances, whether they're going in or not, it's another thing.
Right.
But you're always in the right place. Positioning as well, and you know, I feel you're still learning, and the rest of the team is still learning as well.
100%.
Where you fit in, where you want the ball, where you're expecting the ball to be.
Well, we were talking on Saturday after the game about the position, weren't we? Saying where you're getting into space.
You can see that's all progressing in the right direction.
Yeah,
and I think it's the little chances you're creating for yourself now. Against Bath, the one came off the post.
Yeah,
that came out of nowhere.
I know.
That was absolutely. You think, and you took a shot and it went off the post.
And that would have changed the game, I think.
100%.
If that had gone in, it would.
If that gone in, it would be a complete different game.
Definitely, 100%. I even think at Torquay, the offside goal as well.
That wasn't offside.
Offside.
I know. I've been protesting, honestly.
But things like that can ruin a season, though, can't they? Because you're like, if we'd gone, that would have been. Was that just
that
before?
Was 1-0. That would have been
1-0, and then if obviously Spongy had then scored 2-0, and then that
would have been a very
different game.
We'd be top of the table with
that. Watching it live, it was quite clearly onside.
Yeah. So to be honest. Your opinion?
Well, yeah, no, I would say exactly the same. We were talking on Saturday with Spence and saying, like, you know, you're getting into these positions now. Like Jacco, I was like, because we always say, like, Ollie Pearce to replace Ollie Pearce. You're never going to replace Ollie Pearce.
But you're not the same
I've played
player.
against him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's fantastic. You know what I mean? He's a very good player. I've seen him progress year upon year upon year. Like last year was ridiculous.
Yeah, I think because what happens when you've
ridiculous.
got a name like Mo Faal in non-league, you've got like a big reputation coming with you. Like, you know, and I was probably thinking I was wanting you to come in like one of those guys coming in. I want him to score like 2-3 goals every week, and it wasn't happening. So have we made the right choice here?
Right.
But that's a fan point of view. When you think a fan point of view, and then you're like, actually, you think you do your head and your heart, and you think, actually, Mo's settling into a squad. He's not even trained with the squad pre-season. You come into the Havant game without even meeting the guys, didn't you?
Literally. That was literally my first day.
And you scored that right at the end to secure that. And I loved it. And it was fantastic. But you know, we're just loving to see you growing into it, and we can tell from speaking to you now, you obviously loving the Worthing way. You're coming into the Worthing way, and I just can't wait to see you grow, mate.
Yeah,
honestly,
I appreciate that. I want to echo all of your thoughts, to be honest, because I'd probably say 4 games in, I was thinking, have I made the right choice here? Like, what am I doing? Like, how am I fitting in? And for me, it was a constant battle in my head. Like, what am I doing? How am I going to fit in? How am I going to improve? Do you know what I mean? But I think for me, the turning point was probably Welling.
Yeah.
And that was probably the what? Are you allowed to swear on this podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the shittest game I've played like in a while.
Yeah.
Some bits good, but a lot of it was shit.
Yeah.
And but I scored.
Yeah, you scored and you got the win, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think that was a turning point?
Kind of.
Yeah.
For me, mentally, it was kind of like, you know, like even outside noise, I don't give a heck about it. I'm gonna just do what I know I can do best. And then what was it? Saturday, Plymouth 2. And then what was it? Tunbridge, I think 1. And then I don't even know what happened after that, but it's just being goals.
And then you're now getting into
understanding the team.
Yeah.
And I think now I'm starting to imprint myself on the team as well. And I think good things take time.
I think that was something I actually said at the Welling game. I think I said, literally, you need a goal.
Yeah.
And then the confidence is going to come.
Yeah.
And I think it was like, if he gets 1, then he's going to get 3, 4, 5. And I
think I've always been like that, to be fair. Like, my first goal, I think it was with my head.
Yeah.
I never score with my head. Never.
And it was against Havant as well.
And it was against Havant as well. So for me,
I
think I just needed one with my feet to be, you know, you believe. Naturally, every footballer wants to have doubts in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
but that's normal, though, isn't it?
It's normal.
Everyone's got doubts.
My last game was against you lot in April.
Yeah.
And I'm coming in October.
Yeah.
It was mid-September. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
So it's a long time to not play football, to not be actually conditioned. Do you know what I mean? So, I'll probably say on that note, I'm like really happy here. I think the fans have like accepted me really well. Obviously, I know at the start it was a bit, me too. But now,
it's interesting you say. That's interesting to hear from your point of view. That was what you were thinking. You know,
I was thinking it. I wasn't really hearing it, but I was feeling it. Do you know what I mean? Like I was thinking like, listen, I know I've come here with like a big reputation. You know, 1, 2 a game. That's what people are used to seeing and hearing. Like I need to deliver. So yeah, like, you know, we all live with pressures and stuff like that. But it's good to see that now it's paying off and stuff like that. Hopefully, it'll get better.
I said, and I said, I'm happy for you to prove me wrong.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think you are proving me absolutely wrong. What I know about football, you can write on a postage stamp. But, you know, I'm just glad you're scoring.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and that you're
100%.
fitting in. And actually, that you enjoying it. And I think you personally think you made the right decision. I think that helps as well.
No, I have.
And just meeting you here tonight, you know, you're happy, you're positive, and that's fantastic to see, because that's how we want players and people of the club to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
and that's only good for your football.
No, 100%. I'm happy here. And I just want the season to be good.
Yeah.
I think it will be good. But
can we go one better than last year? That's what we all hope.
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
I hope so.
Hopefully we can be, well, you'll be a live podcast, but hopefully you could be doing that magic trick with a trophy behind or something. I don't know, like something like that. But Mo, it's been great to have you on. Thank you so much. I'm gutted about Saturday you won't be playing, but we look forward to seeing you for the rest of the month and hopefully in round 2 of the FA Cup against Bolton or Crawley. That'd be quite nice. That's where you scored a hat trick.
There we go.
Mo.
Oh, just 1 or 2, not too
Yeah,
bad.
one,
As
two,
long
one,
as
two.
I'm on the score sheet,
right,
keep
yeah.
it ticking over. No problem.
There you go.
No problem.
Thanks, Mo.
No problem.
This
Thanks, Mo.
is the Rebel Yell podcast.
I'm looking at the beautiful Dean Hammond instead. There we go. Dino's joined us. How
Beautiful,
are you doing,
I
man?
like that.
Wow,
Thanks
yeah,
very
much. At least you're clean shaven.
I don't know. It's because I can't grow a beard.
Yeah, no, it's like that. All right, stop flirting. Anyway.
Get a room.
No.
What about Bentley?
Anyway, welcome. Welcome
Thank
back.
you.
Last time we had you on was episode 1 of the season at Live Podcast. We appreciated that. I hope you enjoyed it. We didn't scare you off, clearly.
No, I loved it.
No,
Yeah.
it was an enjoyable night, that was. That was really good. We're doing a second one. Have you heard?
I have heard. You
have
just
now.
told me.
Yeah.
Why
Well,
haven't I
he's
been
now
quiet?
making sure he's busy on the second in case Aggie says he can't come this time. Last time it was a league manager meeting. What would be next one? But Dean, 12 points out of 18. It's been a very busy month into round 1 of the Cup. You must be pleased with what you're seeing from the bench.
It's been very impressive. Yeah, it's like you say, it's always important to put points on the board. It's always important to win games. I think we've had different types of performances, which has been impressive as well, and what we've wanted, because you're going to need that at different times. It can't always be perfect and brilliant football, even though we love to try and play that. But the players have adapted really, really well. So look, we're really pleased. We're building a really strong foundation, but look, we know there's a long way to go. But like you say, it's impressive, and the players have done very well.
Yeah, I think we looked at it, and I think Torquay for us, we all agreed that everything just seemed to be finally gelling together, and a fantastic performance on the pitch that was, and didn't get the result that probably was deserved. But does it feel like that now, sort of this part of the season? A few months in now, there's been plenty of changes in and outs of the club, and we seem to have sort of got a nucleus of the squad now. Does it feel that things are starting to finally gel together, and you're getting that performance week in, week out now?
I think that's a fair analysis.
Yeah.
I think you're right with the Torquay game. I think that's our best performance of the season. I thought we was outstanding. I really did, and it was great to watch because Torquay are a good team. They're a big club, and we went there we were brave, we were courageous. We played him off the park. I know the manager very well. I played with him at Southampton, and he was really, really impressed and very complimentary of how we played. Which I know is easier when he's won the game and we haven't. But he's a good guy, and he meant what he said. So. Look, we are in a good position. We're in a very good position, and it was always going to take a little bit of time. Mm-hmm. Patience in football is never there, and no one's patient. But look, Aggie's come in. He's had his ideas. New management team, new players. The disruption of playing obviously away games, coming back to play here. The home form's been pretty good. So now I think we're just finding a bit of rhythm, and the players are really understanding what's expected of them. And they're performing very well.
Good timing as well. Games coming thick and fast. Lots of Saturdays midweek, so that's good. Good point of the season to be in a good bit of form and a good bit of momentum. Good results.
And players love that. I know when I played, I loved playing Saturday, Tuesday. Players don't really like training, to be honest. But it's great. It's great for us coaches and our managers because we try and get ideas across. But yeah, playing games and playing games consistently is really, really important, especially when you're winning. And when you're winning, you just want to keep playing. So we're in a good space.
It's been how many? When did the season start? August. So that's 3-4 months now. You've been as a management team playing competitive games. How's it going? I mean, it's the first time. Obviously, you took us to the final last season. Completely different setup, but now you're working with Aggie as the manager and Aaron as the assistant. You coach. How is it working, the three of you? Because we always seem to, you're always liaising, bouncing ideas off each other. So even before you come off at half time, you can see yourself sort of thinking, how's it going?
I'm really enjoying it personally.
Yeah.
I can only ever speak to myself, and Aggie's been brilliant. Personally, I'm learning lots from him, from his experiences, from his ideas. It's great. He really likes the conversations, like you say. He likes us to bounce ideas off him. But it's great that he's come in, and the brand of football we're playing, I think you've seen from the games, are exciting to watch at times, and we're creating lots of chances. But also we have that bit of grit behind us as well now. And Aaron brings that experience from his playing days, his knowledge of the football club as well. We're both at the beginning of our journey, of our coaching journey, so we're learning. But I think it's starting to mould really well. Yeah. And I think we're understanding more of what Aggie wants from us, which I think is important, because he's our leader. He leads us. and rightly so, and he does that brilliantly. So I think it will get stronger and stronger and better. But I think we're just starting to find our feet, and I think that's showing on the pitch and with the players.
Yeah, no, it's good to hear that. It's interesting to hear that. And, you know, we can tell, as we said, like we feel it's finally all seems to come together. And you can't get any better than that, can you? Because the results are just going to keep coming.
You can see it, though, can't you? The way we play football. And I thought Tuesday night against Bath was a little step back for me, personally, I thought. But we got a result, so 3 points. That's what it is. But you can say, Aggie keeps talking about it's moments in the game.
Yep.
And actually, the moments getting more and more. It's more consistent now.
But I think it's that, for me, I think football is moments, and it's just how many moments you can have. So can you create more moments? Can you have more moments within the game? It's always difficult to go away from home in this league, any league. When you're playing Saturday, Tuesday, you're going to have tired legs. We like pretty much to keep a consistent team, especially when you're winning, because you get that relationship between players. Yeah. They get a real understanding. So, you know, teams are going to set you different challenges. So it's not always going to be good combinations, exciting football, chances after chances, us dominating. We want that, we'll demand that, and we'll try to get that. But if we can't have that, find a way to win football matches. And if we do that, we'll be all right.
That's great to see. That's what I was going to say. So, you know, as much as it's a settled team, it's a settled way of playing. And there's no panic sets in games. You know, we've had some backwards and forwards games lately, and it's the belief and the patience in what you're doing as a management team, what the players are doing. Stick with it, it'll work, and we'll get there.
It's funny you said it, because I thought on Tuesday night, nobody panicked on the pitch. Absolutely nobody, till the first goal went in, and then it was completely...
Well, I think what you're getting from the players now, there's a real understanding. I know I keep using that word, but there's a real understanding, and there's a maturity between the group as well, because it's a reasonably young group still. There's some more experienced players in there, of course, but there's a maturity, and at times in games we all expect to be 2-0 up after 20 minutes and dominating the game and being the best team, but that's not always going to happen. No. So it's taking your time and knowing that you don't have to be winning the game straight away. If it's 0-0 at half time, like it was at Bath, it's 0-0 at half time. It's not a bad result, because second half you're going downhill, which I know it sounds like under 11s and you got the wind and downhill, but it does make a difference. And they're thinking they need to score in the first half. So I suppose as a group, your coaching staff, players, the more we can understand that, and the players did. There's no panic. We always feel as though we're going to score goals. We always believe that.
Even against Slough, when we went 1-0 down, I was a bit like, yeah, okay, whatever.
It did feel like that.
And because the goals will go.
Yeah.
Well, we felt like that on the bench. You know, you don't want to go 1-0 down. Of course you don't. But we felt as though we were getting in good areas, we were getting opportunities, we were dominating the ball, we were finding a way to play through them, so we knew we were always going to create chances. When you've got the players we've got, you're going to create chances.
There were goals in that game from minute one.
Yeah, it was. 4 minutes, wasn't it? But yeah, I didn't panic then, and it used to pass sometimes. You thought, 1-0 down, this is not good, but against Slough, no panic whatsoever.
Looking ahead to November, we start off with the FA Cup. You've been in a few cup games in your career as a player. They have that saying, the magic of the FA Cup, but I really feel we can use that this time. Maybe we could even use it to our advantage, because first time we're having league opposition here for a very long time. In the FA Cup, it's going to be great to see a new stand fully open. What are your thoughts on the game? I know you're going to say we treat it as any other game, but you must be a little bit inside of you excited.
No, look, I love the magic of the FA Cup.
Yeah.
I loved it as a player. I still enjoy watching it. There is something special about the competition, just because of the history of it.
Yeah.
And like you say, we're expecting a big crowd here. There'll be an expectation that Morecambe will come, and they're expected to win. They're the league club. They're the professional club. They're the full-time club. They should come here and win, and they're believing they can do that. But we believe that we've got a good opportunity, and it's something that we try and speak to the players about, that we can win any game, we believe. But it's down to us. It's what we bring, that intensity, that passion, that energy. If we can bring that, we'll give ourselves a really good opportunity to put in a really good performance on. And for me, that's the biggest thing. In games like this, it's all about the performance. If you can perform at your best, I can never decide the outcome, but it gives you a really good chance. So look, I think the players are looking forward to it. It's a nice distraction from the expectation of the league.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, who knows?
Well, I'd rather play Morecambe the way they're playing at the moment than any other team in the league. I'm not saying, and I don't want to put any sort of things in people's head, but They lost 5-2 on Saturday, just gone. And they're not a very informed team at the moment. No disrespect to them, because they're still a league team.
Exactly. You have to show them respect. Look, they're professional football players, so there has to be a level of respect for them. But I don't think you need to fear them. I don't think it will be like... There won't be a huge concern. It's still a football match. They're still human beings. There's 11 v 11, and we're at home, and our form is good at the moment, with the crowd behind us and a big crowd, a noisy crowd. Yeah, I think we've got a good chance.
God, can you imagine? We get to round 3 and Southampton get drawn against Worthing. Where are you lot? He's lying there. Well, obviously,
don't say that.
Oh, yeah, Jack, your son.
My son, it's going to be hard for him.
Yeah, you might ban him from the game. Anyway, we haven't got past round 1 yet. Let's take round 1. But good luck at the weekend. Obviously, the whole town's behind you, but the whole fans and the club are really looking forward to seeing it. See what we can do against. We've wanted league opposition for a long time. We finally got it.
And a home game.
And a home game
as well. Yeah.
We got Alfreton last year, which was a good game, but not what we wanted, National League North. But to have a League 2 team to really test to see where the club's at, I guess.
I think it's brilliant, and for the players as well. The players can now test himself against league players, and I think that's really, really important. And look, we've got so much belief in these players, and we know what they can do and how good they are. It'd be great for them to be able to perform and see how good they are and prove them to themselves. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Well, good luck for November, and I don't know, will we speak to your Aggie at the live podcast? Who knows? Or is he going to get Aggie?
You want the manager.
Yeah, we want Aggie. We'll get Aggie. Make sure he comes, yeah?
Of course I will.
Cheers, Dean.
Cheers, Dean.
This is the Rebel Yell podcast.
Guys, so it's an FA Cup weekend, the Magic of the Cup, as we alluded to. I'm looking forward to seeing how the players do test themselves against league opposition.
Yeah, looking forward to a big crowd, full house, rocking atmosphere.
I hope
It's
so.
gonna be a great day.
I hope it's going to be a big crowd,
Well, I'm hearing rumours of over 3,000 tickets sold. So, that's going to be one of the biggest ever attendances we've had here. And it will test the facilities out, definitely.
It will. And, and hopefully it's a good game.
But I think, as Dean said, there's going to be a big home crowd, but I don't get the impression that Morecambe are going to be bringing many fans at all. So there's a real opportunity to be that 12th man here.
Yeah, let's make it our fortress.
Yeah, and not forgetting about that, good luck to the girls in the FA Cup. Another FA Cup round 1. They're playing against Comets in London. So, hopefully they can get through to the second round as well, because that'd be amazing.
Hope it's a double bubble weekend for
double
the
bubble.
It'd be really good, wouldn't it?
Double bubble. Is that Hubble Bubble, Doyle in Trouble, Halloween alluded to, dad joke?
Not necessarily,
no.
no.
Just saying no, yeah, no. Once again, as we do a street waffle towards the end of this podcast, just thanks again to the committee of the Worthing FC Support Association for supporting the women's team like the way they have with voting for the new substitute board. And your instant replay, the first game will be against Maidenhead on the 17th, I think it is. 17th?
Yeah.
Sunday 17th, something like that. So keep an eye out on the YouTube channels after that. Live podcast, guys. 2nd of December. We got to go and not be faces for radio.
Well, we still will be for the people that aren't here.
We'll put something smart on. I'll make sure I won't put jogging bottoms on. Get the badge in. One thing I wanted to mention, which is quite cool. Obviously, we had the documentary. We spoke to the guys from Why Now last month. Doc George has been turned into a film.
Yes.
That's something.
It's good, isn't it?
Something
That's really
pretty
good.
epic. I mean, who's going to play Chris Biggs?
Bigsy.
No, but it can't be the person himself. What's that guy from Game of Thrones? That big, tall guy, the giant man. That'd be a good Chris Biggs.
I was thinking more Alan Carr.
Isn't that me? Grow a beard. Sorry, Biggsy. But yeah, that's so cool. And to be fair, the feedback from that documentary, even like my wife watched it with me, she's not really interested in football at all. Absolutely loved it.
It's just a great film, a great story.
It's a great story, isn't
George
it?
comes across brilliantly in it.
And it's a great story. It's about football, but it's also about living your life after an accident and what actually you can do.
And if you haven't watched it, Discovery Plus now. You don't have to be a Sky TNT Sports subscriber. You can watch it on the free version. If you're a Sky subscriber, you get it for free, including subscription. And if you're in Europe or around the world, it's on Max, I think it's called, which is their version of Discovery Plus around the world. So for Matty, our Italian man, go and watch it on Max right now and get see the Rebel. Yeah, you're in it even, aren't you? He's in it. He's celebrating with us. He puts his pint down, takes his sunglasses off to jump. It's so Italian, isn't it? There we go. Once again, a reminder of those T-shirts.
20 quid on the gate.
Where? Oh, he just said it on the gate. When?
Saturday.
Against?
Morecambe.
In what round of what FA Cup?
What FA Cup?
Round
the
one.
men's.
The men's first
I'm just
round.
trying to make it adventurous, but so no talking. But
Just actually what we haven't done, score prediction for Saturday.
score prediction for Saturday, I'm going to say 2-1 Worthing.
I'm going 3-2.
To who?
Worthing.
1-0 Worthing.
Okay.
I know, clean sheet.
You want a clean sheet? There you go. Hagee was man of the match on against Bath. Fantastic performance. Thanks again to Price Jones Electrical, MK Window Cleaning for their continued support of the podcast. Good luck for the teams. Spence, Jacco, it's been a good month. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Another enjoyable podcast. A long one. Hour and 20 minutes.
That's good.
That's about halfway home for Mo.
Yeah.
If he hasn't fallen asleep while he's listening to this, yeah.
And we'll see you on the 2nd at Woodside Road for the live podcast, the Christmas special of the Rebel Yell podcast. But from us, it's good night. Thank you, guys and girls.
Up the Rebels.